that valuation is ridiculous. I mean, in the in the election year in 2016, I think Alex did like 60 million in product sales. Like, I don't know whether I don't know why it's being undervalued like that. Probably for the benefit of the onion, so they can buy it, right? Because the true that in itself is another humiliation ritual, right? I mean, Alex Jones's business. I can't speak to his profitability. I don't have visibility on that. But Alex has been a friend of mine for years, and I mean, the guy ships product like you would not believe. I mean, he's the most successful person in this space, and there's no close second, right?
It's $1 billion humiliation ritual.
It is a billion. Well, what is it? $1 billion business, right?
Yep.
Infowars is $1 billion business because they just ship that much product, right?
Crazy.
With the brand value and the amount of stuff that they sell, to sell it for a couple of million is its own kind of humiliation ritual.
I think this stopped being about grieving parents a long time ago.
Well, I hate to say this because you never know about people's interior lives, but I've never really understood how money makes grief better, and I've never really understood how if your child was taken away from you by some lunatic, how $2 million is going to make you feel better. To my mind, it would just make you feel worse. And there are certain, I won't name them, of course, but there are certain specific parents of these, dead kids that have behaved in such a way that. Well, I don't need to finish the sentence, do I?
They also happen to have a book coming out soon.
What's that?
They have a book coming out soon as well, these parents.
Oh, they're
interesting how that lines up.
I've never seen anything like it in history. Parents cashing in on the deaths of their children. I've never seen anything like it in my life. And I got to say, tread carefully out of respect for Tim, but I will just say that this is not how grieving parents typically behave. This is not how I would behave if I lost somebody who I loved. And it's a very peculiar set of circumstances. And the more they go for Alex over this, the more questions I have about this story in the first place. 100%. That's all I'll say.
The auction sounds like a hoax. Global Tetrahedron doesn't even sound. I don't know if it's a real company. The CEO, I think, is.
I mean, you couldn't make it sound.
Well, it's
you
like,
couldn't make it sound any more satanic, could you?
Yeah,
Global Tetrahedron. That sounds like a nice guy.
That's the Onion's joke.
Right.
Yeah. The Onion was trying to make this one big joke.
Yep.
The issue is, did they legitimately offer a bid, or is the trustee just saying they win no matter what? If the argument is Alex Jones owes, think about it this way. They say Alex Jones owns $1.4 something billion. If the Sandy Hook families can apply any amount of that to anyone else's deal, it's literally impossible for anyone to win that auction. Yeah. That means there's no auction. I mean, Sandy Hook families just decide who can have InfoWars.
But this is a bankruptcy proceeding. Nobody gets to just decide. There are rules,
right?
There's a procedure to be followed. And if InfoWars is worth a certain amount of money, there has to be a tender process.
I think Alex said the quote was, "The highest bid didn't win. The best bid won."
Right, but you don't, in a bankruptcy proceeding, when you have there are a lot of rules, and you don't just get to say, oh well, there's somebody offering 50 million, but I'm going to take the 5 million because I think they're going to do better with the assets. Right. Like that's not how bankruptcy works, and so I mean. Thank God for Alex, because he's one of those people that just will not take it.
The best part of the day when the administrative state, those thugs went into his studio and shut it down. Everyone, all the leftists online cheering. In 30 minutes, Alex Jones is in a new studio broadcasting. Yeah. You can't stop him.
That is quintessential. He would be broadcasting for one of the tanks,
Yes.
Right. Because it's going to take him 30 days to get the title, so we'll broadcast from here. No, I mean that's Alex through and through, and and let me tell you also that the conversations that I had with people who are in a position to buy InfoWars for its true value, they are ready and willing to set him up all over again. So there's. Right. And the value is, nobody cares about InfoWars. No, if people care about Alex, and he's not going away, and nothing. There are people with the money to do this. I can tell you, that are happy to set him up in exactly the position he's in today. And bankruptcy, the way that bankruptcy works in most states, I presume it's the same in Texas, is that after the proceedings, anything you make afterwards is not subject to the seizures and to the freezes and all the rest of it. So anything that somebody might gift, grant, or get Alex involved in after the bankruptcy proceeding, or in somebody else's name, that whatever. There's nothing they can do.
Well, look, some wealthy investor launches a company, hires Alex Jones as their principal personality, pays him a pittance, but gives him a corporate credit card.
No, they don't need to pay him a pittance because after well, it depends on the nature of the bankruptcy proceedings, but they can either pay him nothing and then just give him the company in 7 years, or they can pay him a fortune and give him all his money back. Either way, you lose. Either way, the bad guys lose, and they will.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a smear campaign. I don't know what the parents, what their motives are for sure, but they seem like they're.
Well, they're saying they have said it's literally to stop Alex Jones to make it so he can't do his work.
I mean, they do blame him.
They can't, and there's no way to do it. And there's absolutely no way to shut that man up. You will never be able to do it. And okay, fine. Are you taking my bank? Are you taking my Twitter account? I'll just open a new one. Like this.
But they can't take his Twitter account because Elon owns it.
Yes, technically, yeah.
The lawyers, ex-lawyers were at one of the hearings, I think.
Right.
To say, like, you can't take his Twitter. That's crazy.
Is that what they said?
I don't know if that's exactly what they said. I'm paraphrasing.
I don't know that they would need to make an appearance to say that these companies have already asserted this in other cases where they said when people were selling their accounts, there was like a statement put, this is like 10 years ago. They said, you don't own your account and we can disable it if we see that it's been transferred.
Almost every account that you have with any social media service, you are in reality kind of operating a sort of free license to use your account on their services, which in most cases is terrible because they can ban you without recourse or they can do whatever. But in this case, it's good because there's an owner who has a say outside of InfoWars.
Here's the abovethelaw.com demon ghoul Alex Jones sues Sandy Hook parents. I don't know what world these people live in. I've been watching a lot of the fake news stuff, the MSNBC stuff. It's all really funny to see them start groveling, but it's just it doesn't work anymore. The smears against Matt Gaetz, the smears against Alex Jones, the smears against Brett Kavanaugh, whatever it is, Donald Trump. Nobody cares. We're over it. Trump won. Republicans won. Regular people are just like, shut up. We don't want to hear it anymore. Alex is going to win in the end.
They didn't just win. Did you see that map of county by county? The swings. They didn't just win.
Yeah, it was a crushing defeat.
This is a generational rejection.
But have you seen Bill Maher, Jon Stewart, Charlemagne, Micah and Joe, all of these liberals, Ezra Klein, who a day before the election were like, Trump can't win, Kamala's going to win, this is bad. A day later are like, well, the Democrats, they should have got their act together.
But that's because unlike in conservative media, they're paid to do it. They're paid to do that. And then when she loses, the checks stop coming, and the bots that are inflating their view accounts and enlarging their numbers on live streams suddenly stop showing up because no one's paying the bills anymore. The paid subscribers dry up. I mean, watching David Pakman, I don't know why I particularly enjoy David Pakman's tears versus the others. He's not a particularly distinguished figure, but for some reason, I just enjoy his misery more than anybody else's. Watching him just sort of act mystified as to how he could have lost 5,000 paid subscribers. No, bro, they're not real. You're not popular. Like, do you own a mirror? Like, have you ever seen your show? Do you actually think that people would pay for this? Like, stop.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.